two different Duracell items. I ordered these about 2 days ago from Costco.com. I'm building a solar charging for a battery for camping and picnics to run my electric fridge. I have a video on my electric fridge or electric cooler that's in my truck. So I've been working on a setup where I could run that off the grid with solar power. These are two components that came in today. Like I said, I ordered these 2 days ago from Costco and I was shocked that I had them. You know, I ordered them Wednesday, they're here on Friday. So beat that, Amazon. Good deals here. This is a 3,000 watt inverter. So what you can do with this is you can plug it into a battery, like a car battery with posts, and then you'll get 3 outlets here, alternating current outlets, 3,000 watts continuous output. This is a pretty serious inverter. It also comes with a remote switch. Now this is not pure sine wave from what I've read. It is a modified sine wave. So if you're running a TV or audio equipment, you may get a little bit of buzz or noise. I haven't tested it yet, but it's a lot bigger than I anticipated, which is always a good thing, right? We've got some instructions here. These cables that it came with, I mean, these things are almost wider than my fingers. This is as wide as a heifer. You know, this is serious cabling. You have to be a little bit close to the battery because they are maybe about 1 foot long. So you get 2 of these super wide 0 gauge power cables. There's also a remote on and off switch. So if you're putting this in an RV or a van setup, you know, living in your van or camping out of a van, then that's good to have, because this will take a tiny bit of what's called parasitic draw. It'll draw your batteries down, not a lot, but slightly when it's connected. So if you have a kill switch, you don't have to always go out and manually remove those posts or power cables from the terminals. Mount this somewhere. You have to keep in mind that there's these cooling fans, so you can't plug those up. There's a picture of a power tool. I guess what you could do is you could hook this inverter up to your car or truck battery, and then you'll have outlets if you don't already have those on your vehicle, but you're going to have your engine running with any sort of serious draw. So you could hook this up to any sort of vehicle, mobile battery setup, and you can run tools. I mean, there's 3 outlets. This chart here says 3,000 watts will work with large household appliances. So I'm guessing that's like fridges and washers and dryers. They have all these listings of what the wattage is typically for some items. So we'll set that aside. It's not too heavy. It's pretty easy to lug around. There's your connections for the power cables. And then here you have a meter. You can switch from watts to volts on your meter. There's the plug for the remote. And then each one of these has a switch or a breaker. More direct output connections. So pretty solid piece of equipment here. It says input 12 volts, 300 amps, AC output 115 volts, 3,000 watts continuous. It also has a DC output, 5 volts, direct current. So I'm gonna guess that's, you gotta take this cover off to get access to those terminals. Very solid. It's also got some points here if you want to screw this up onto a wood panel or something. I'll probably build an enclosure for my batteries when I get them. Hopefully that'll be next week. So that's that. I also got this. So I'm getting some lithium ion. Batteries, and this is a 4 amp battery charger. Now I already have a trickle charger for my truck battery, which is lead acid. Well, lead, I actually think it's AGM. So that trickle charger works pretty well, but this has something interesting. This also has a battery repair. What do they call that? Battery reconditioning. Automatically repairs damaged batteries. There's an asterisk, and it says results vary depending on how internally damaged the cell is. Some batteries may be beyond repair. So I've noticed a drop in performance on my battery. When I had two vehicles, I wasn't using my truck as much, and also when I was using it, I had a lot of things drawing from it, especially when it was off, when we'd be camping or if I was out of the house. So this has a 11.5-foot total cable length. It also has a quick connect. This is supposed to also be, they have a picture of a boat here. There are some ratings here for it being waterproof, so we'll look at that. It says IP65 weatherproof is ideal for outdoor use. So with this quick connect, what you could do is, if you have multiple vehicles, you could almost leave this just connected under your hood, or maybe even inside the passenger compartment, and you can just plug it in to the wall section as soon as you get back from driving. The weatherproof helps with that. But the other reason why I bought this is because you can't use a regular lead acid type of trickle charger with lithium ion batteries. So this has lithium ion mode, or AGM, or lead acid. It also has a cool display. It's got some clamp fittings. So I'll open this up. So it looks like these are the battery leads. There's a fuse, inline fuse. That's the back end of the quick connect. So depending on which clamp you use, you're either going to use the alligator and pop those in, or your quick connect with the inline fuse off the terminal itself. So you would leave this in your vehicle, and then you can just plug that in without having to mess around with it too much. Looks like there's a coating. Alright, so I'm going to hook this up so you can check it out. So I just plugged this in. It's currently looking at my battery to determine what the charge level is. And it's saying it's really low. It's saying it's 25, 50. I guess it's running through the test here, but it's between 25 and 50. It's telling me, which is unusual because I drove about an hour last night. So my battery is it's not doing well, folks. So hopefully this guy will put them back together. I'm gonna leave this connected, and at least overnight. I got an AGM battery, and I mean, I run off-road lights, and I have that fridge, and I've ran that for days, and I haven't driven, you know, for a week at a time, and I think that's been hard on the battery. So we'll see what this does to put my battery back together. But so far, this is pretty nice. It's ruggedized. This is my battery tender. So you can see here, this is a 3 amp, 6 volt, 12 volt. I use this for a dirt bike, and I knew it wasn't going to work for my lithium ion. But this has been pretty solid too. So I don't really have any complaints about that either, but I wanted to try this to see how the battery reconditioning would work. I needed something for my lithium ion. So please like and subscribe so I can keep the reviews coming for you. Otherwise, take care everybody, and we'll see each other soon.